Hey everyone, welcome to episode 12 of the MAINEiac radio show. I'm your host, Tech Sergeant Andy Sinclair with the 101st Public Affairs Office here in Bangor. I hope you all have had an outstanding past couple of weeks and have enjoyed the cool autumn weather that goes along with that. Later on in this episode, Mr. Calvin Lipscomb, who's the financial advisor here at the Wing, is stopping by to talk to us about all the recent security breaches that has affected people worldwide. He's going to offer advice on what you can do to help protect your security and what that means in both in and out of uniform. I'm also going to talk about a few upcoming projects that you can look forward to that we at the Public Affairs Office are currently working on. A few new videos that you can check out in the coming months. But before we get into any of that, let's check out your MAINEiac headlines. The 2016 Combined Federal Campaign has officially launched, and now is the time that MAINEiacs can donate. Donations aid various organizations and individuals in need, such as medical research, disaster relief, and animal shelters. Staff Sergeant Rebecca Cousins is a CFC representative and explains why airmen should consider donating.
It's a great and easy way to give to the causes that matter to you and to your community.
The CFC has been around since 1961 and has raised hundreds of millions of dollars for numerous charities through individually suited payroll deductions. The goal for the 101st is to raise $33,000 with 100% Wing participation. The deadline is December 15th. The 101st Environmental Shop is testing an Air National Guard mentorship program that allows environmental airmen to see how other units do business. The program is comprised of temporarily sending one of our environmental troops to another unit, as well as having their counterpart come here. The idea is that by pairing airmen up with other tanker units, they can gain more experience in the field to bring back to their home base. Lieutenant Chris Cronin is the Federal Environmental Manager, and he tells us the value he sees in the program.
I'm really hoping to take away more efficient ways to do our job, figure out how we can improve on what we're doing, and hopefully when he comes here, he's able to take away a few things from us too, so that he too can improve the way he's doing things and make his job more efficient as well.
After both visits have been conducted, an after-actions report will be submitted to Guard Bureau by both units, so they can formulate a plan to increase mission effectiveness on an already outstanding foundation. And that's it for your MAINEiac headlines. Keeping you up to date is our mission. Hey everyone, real quick, I just want to mention the 2016 Security Forces Trunk or Treat. It's going to be held on October 29th this year. I believe that's a Saturday. This is the third annual Trunk or Treat that they have hosted, and it's a good, safe way that you can bring your kids out here on base, have them dress up, and enjoy its scary Halloween atmosphere. There will be games, food, scary music, and of course, there will be candy. And remember, with free candy comes great responsibility. But if you love kids that are on manic sugar highs and run around like children of the corn, make sure you come out to this year's Security Forces Trunk or Treat. But in all seriousness, it is a lot of fun and it's a good time. Again, that's October 29th, which falls on a Saturday. If you have any questions whatsoever, make sure you contact Security Forces. I want to take this time to congratulate Chief Master Sergeant Scott Osgood, who is moving on from his position as the Wing First Sergeant because he has been selected as the new Maintenance Group Superintendent. Congratulations, Chief Osgood, and good luck with your well-deserved new position. I mentioned earlier at the beginning of this episode that Public Affairs has a few new videos to look forward to coming out, and who doesn't like watching videos? We have one coming out that's revolved around a new boomer fresh out of boom school who's going to talk about how excited he is for joining his new career field, as well as looking forward to the challenges that he knows he'll face in his new career. Also, look in the coming months for a First Sergeant's mini documentary. Hear firsthand from past and present First Sergeants and their ups and downs of the career field, as well as why it's so challenging, but with that, very rewarding. So look for those videos in the coming months. You'll be able to find those on our social media web pages, which if you don't know, you can get to our Facebook page by searching 101STARW. And if you want to visit our Instagram page where you'll see daily photos being posted, you can search that same username, which is 101STARW, to check those out. So as I mentioned earlier, the personal financial counselor, Mr. Calvin Lipscomb, has dropped by again. He's here to talk to us, give us a little bit more information, a little more advice on what we can do as MAINEiacs, as airmen, to secure our finances. So, Mr. Lipscomb, thank you again for coming by.
No, thank you for having me.
With all the recent breaches lately, with security and with also financial security, is there any information, any advice that you can give our MAINEiacs when it comes to that?
Yes, very important. That's the main reason why I even dropped by with the breach at Yahoo, 500 million people impacted, names, phone numbers, social, a lot of information taken. It got me thinking about the OPM breach, Office of Personnel Management breach, that happened over a year ago. I was astounded to find out how many people did receive a letter saying that you might have been breached and they did not register. I've dropped by to make sure that everybody, if they received the letter, if they even think they might have been breached, it's very important for them to register.
Why is that important though?
Because your security clearance. What if your identity is stolen and you're racking up credits and you're not even responsible? Then now all of a sudden you might lose your position. And then you say, oh, it's not me. And we all know everything rolls downhill, right? Oh, did you register? Well, no, I didn't register. Well, okay, there's not much we could, but if you would have registered, we would have been able to help you.
And to piggyback on that, to register and to get on there and do everything the letter tells you to do, it's simple, it's easy, it's quick, it's not as bad as some people may think it is.
I gotta admit, it's a good program, and like you said, it's free and it doesn't take long. Let's stress again, it doesn't take long. Even if you're not sure, it will take 5 minutes. 5 minutes can save you thousands of dollars, a lot of time, 5 minutes, even if you're not sure.
Absolutely. So what about the, and I'm kind of unfamiliar with the Yahoo breach. So can you give us a little information about that?
Same thing, Yahoo got hacked. Think about that. That's an internet company with all the security, and they got hacked. Names, social, your whole account was taken from you, probably date of birth. Who knows? 500 million people. Some people actually do a good job just looking into your account, not doing anything. Now that I have your name, social, and it can just sit out there for a long time before they decide to use it.
That is crazy. To think about all the added measures and security risks that we as military members, as MAINEiacs, that we have to, as you mentioned earlier, your security clearance, your all the PIIs, the OPSEC issues that run along with that. So if your account, if your information is being hacked, I mean, it's not, not to say that if you're a civilian, it's not as big of a deal, but for us, we live in a whole different world as military members where that stuff can be very, very, very serious. So all the more reason, as you mentioned, to look into that.
Yeah, to me, that is a very big deal. For me, as a civilian trying to service my service members, I want to make sure that you feel good, and this is part of the service. So you're getting the support. So utilize. Once again, it's a free service, free for you, your family, anybody that's connected with you. All you have to do is just go to opm.gov/cybersecurity. opm.gov/cybersecurity, and even as you mentioned, you went on the website and it took you like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy. So it's a very serious topic. It's a very serious matter when it comes to your finances, your security, the security of your family, all the information that goes along with that. And what Mr. Lipscomb, his whole point for stopping by today was because he wanted to make sure that if you got a letter, or if you have a Yahoo account, or any of that, if you have any possibility whatsoever that you could have been affected, make sure you take the appropriate step to secure that information. Again, Mr. Lipscomb, thank you so much for coming by, and again, following up. You've already been on this show before, and I think it was a great turnout. We had a lot of positive feedback from our listeners saying how awesome it was that you came on and explained what your job was, and that that you made yourself known and available to the wing by introducing yourself, so that people have financial issues or questions, they can come by and talk to you. So the fact that you came by today to follow up is a very much appreciated thing by everybody here.
My pleasure.
And it's that time again for your MAINEiac Fact. This episode's MAINEiac Fact is brought to you by the 101st Fire Protection. The Air Force operates with unusual materials and unique environments all over the world, so we need specialists prepared for anything. Acting as the firemen of the Air Force, fire protection specialists deal with everything from brush fires to burning jet fuel and hazardous material fires. Upholding their mission to ensure the safety of others, these specialists don't just act on Air Force bases, but assist civilian fire departments when needed as well. For more information on how you can become a firefighter in the Air National Guard, contact your local recruiter. And here's your MAINEiac Fact. The date is March of 2000, and 27 members of the 101st Medical Squadron and one person from the 101st Audiovisual Shop departed for an annual training deployment that would later be described as a life-altering experience. They had 3 different missions: to provide medical, optometry, and dental care to people of the villages of Limperia, the second poorest region in Honduras. As soon as the MAINEiacs landed, they hit the ground running, organizing $27,000 worth of medical supplies. After the supplies were organized, they loaded up Humvees and started a 7-hour trip into the mountains, all to help the locals living in various villages. Over a period of a few weeks, each patient that was processed through the mobile clinic were issued deworming medication, soap, toothbrushes, and vitamins. All in all, after the trip was over, a total of 3,486 men, women, and children received medical care. And it was all because of the men and women of the 101st Air Refueling Wing. So there you have it, an interesting part of our history that not only changed the lives of literally thousands of individuals, but one more reason why the MAINEiacs are known worldwide as a world-class organization. Uh-oh. Guess what? That's all we have for this episode of the MAINEiac Radio Show. I'm your host, Tech Sergeant Andy Sinclair with the 101st Public Affairs Office here in Bangor. Remember, we are in October, and if I don't mention something about safety, I don't want our safety office getting upset with me. Not to say that they yell or scream, or that they provide some wall-to-wall therapy, but they want to make sure that you guys are staying safe, both in and out of uniform. Not only because if we all stay safe, the mission will be successfully completed on a daily basis, but because the safety office genuinely cares about your well-being. The Air National Guard is like one big family, and you would never want to see one of your family members get hurt when it's something they could have easily avoided by staying safe. With that being said, there are a lot of out-of-staters that are visiting the state of Maine during the month of October, and as fun and as riveting as it sounds, they are here to leaf peep. And I have news for you. If you're peeping at leaves, you're not peeping at the road. So just be aware of that if you're out and about. Be on the defense while you're driving, because the other drivers on the road with you may not be looking at the road. But that's it. That's my safety bit. I mentioned our Facebook and Instagram pages earlier, so while you're on those pages, make sure you head over to the official Vice Wing Commander's Facebook page at cv.101arw. That's the same username he has for his Instagram page as well, cv.101arw. And really quick before we end this episode, I want to give a special thanks to Mr. Calvin Lipscomb, who did an outstanding job during his time here at the 101st Air Refueling Wing. He is a true financial specialist, and I think I speak for everybody here at the wing when I say thank you for your services. But that's it. Until next time, stay safe, stay vigilant, and be MAINEiacs. So long.